This is Providence Television International, the game changer.
Good day and welcome to the newspaper review for today, Friday, the 6th of December 2024. My name is Akpabio. We'll be started off with the Nation newspapers, where we have a screaming header: Akpabio, Senate stands with Nigerians on tax reform bills. We also have another story there. Sanwo-Olu sells purple green rail lines to investors in Morocco. We'll leave the front page of the Nation newspapers to the Nigerian News Direct, where we still have something on tax reform bills. Bill not suspended. Only president can withdraw it. This is coming from the Senate. And the rider to that effect invites governors against bill to participate in public hearings. And then, still on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct, Ogun State, 54,000 women benefit from 3 billion naira livelihood grants. We move from the Nigerian News Direct to the Daily Times, where on the front page, continuous shifting of National Executive Meeting may spell doom for the PDP. This is coming from the Board of Trustees of the PDP. From the Daily Times newspapers, on the front page of the Guardian newspapers, spike in teenage pregnancy stirs their public health, social concerns. From the Guardian newspapers, we move to the Nigerian Tribune, where we have a screaming header: blackout, Genco's TCN discos in trouble. A rider to that effect, as Senate threatens to reverse privatization of sector, accuses them of adding no value, laments each grid collapse costs 25 million naira to restart. From the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, we go to the Daily Trust, where we have reps move to stop multiple budgets. Rather to that effect, proposed deadline for presentation. And ex-servicemen shot finance ministry over unpaid entitlements. If you will recall, we had a report to that effect on Providence Television International in our News on the Hour yesterday. We'll move from the Daily Trust newspapers to the front page of the Punch newspapers. 29 states spent 2 trillion naira on travels orders. State governments borrowed 533 billion naira, generated 1.92 trillion internally generated revenue, serviced debt with 658 billion. Still on the front page of the Punch newspapers, tax reforms, Senate denies suspending debate as Southern senators meet. And still on the front page of the Punch newspapers, APC berates faction flooding Kanu with Jonathan 2027 posters. We'll move from the Punch newspapers to the Matrix newspapers, where we have PDP rocked by fresh crisis. You get details of that on the front page, or rather on the Matrix newspapers. Still on tax reform bills, we will not be bullied. This is coming from the Senate. Riders to that effect denies suspending deliberation on bills as South senators back bills. And the TUC is warning Nigerians that the tax reform bills should not be politicized. We'll move from the Matrix newspapers to the New Telegraph newspapers, where we have, still on tax reform bills, controversy rages on as Senate says documents not withdrawn. From the New Telegraph newspaper, on the front page of this day, Bamidele, tax reform bills are live, were never suspended. And we still have something on the front page of this day newspapers. Central Bank's EFEMs sees Naira gains significantly on his way to prize discovery. From this day newspapers to the front page of the Daily Sun. On the front page of the Daily Sun, PDP chairmanship, Board of Trustees wants Damagun out, zones seat to North Central. And Faro TV is saying on the front page of the Daily Sun, Showore plans protest against judiciary orders. We'll move from the Daily Sun newspapers to the Voice of Liberty. The Senate is still on, saying that they won't withdraw Tinubu's tax reform bills. This is coming from Akpabio. Says not can't intimidate them. From the Voice of Liberty, we'll move to Business Day. A scribbling header on the front page of the Business Day newspapers: inflation bites. A litre of petrol equals 1975 Peugeot wagon. Front page of the Vanguard newspaper: tax reform bills. Akpabio overrules Barrow. And with that, we come to the end of the newspaper review for today. Please stay tuned as we have a whole lot of programs lined up for your viewing pleasure.